Hello, welcome back. In this video we're going to be building the architect table and the builder. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's make the architect table. To make the architect table we're going to need to make 2 diamond gears. So I've got some wooden gears here just to get us started. So we'll just turn these into cobble gears. And then we'll turn those into iron gears. And then we'll turn those ones into gold gears. And then we'll turn those into diamond gears. There we go. So the next thing we're going to need to make is some dandelion yellow. Now if you don't know how to make that, very simple. Just take some of those yellow flowers and it just turns it into dandelion yellow. So we just need a bit of that. We're also going to need to make some paper. So I've got some sugar cane here. I've got a bigger stack here actually. So to make paper you just do that. We're going to need quite a bit, so we'll just split this up. We'll have all of that. So now we need to take the paper and put it into a square like this, and then put an ink sac in the middle of it. And that will give us a template. We also need to make a landmark, so we just need a stick, just the one stick with some redstone on top for the redstone torch, and then put lapis on top of that like that. That gives you the landmark. Okay, and we will also need a crafting bench. So, crafting bench goes in the middle, landmark at the top, dandelion yellow left and right, ink sacs at the top, template bottom middle, and then diamond gear either side. And there's the architect table. So now we'll make the builder, and this is pretty much the same recipe. We just don't use the template, we use a chest instead. So the chest goes at the bottom in the middle, and then it's diamond gears either side of that. Crafting table in the middle, dandelion yellow there and there, ink sacs there and there, and a landmark at the top. And there it is, the builder. So another thing we're going to need to make is a blueprint, and this will be what the architect uses to make a copy of whatever we're copying. So I'll just make 3 of these. All it is a piece of lapis surrounded by paper. So there it is. Just have 3 of those. So the architect doesn't actually need a power supply, but the builder does, and it is a Buildcraft machine, so it will run best off Buildcraft power. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this lovely fuel that I've made. I haven't actually got any oil left, it's all been processed, and we're going to use this to run the builder. We're also going to just nick that combustion engine just to speed things up a little. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this fuel, I'm just going to put it in some buckets just like that. So just right click and take it out of the tanks. Unfortunately you can't put this into the empty cells, that doesn't work, which is a shame because obviously they stack. But we've got 3 buckets of fuel, and that'll be plenty for what we're going to do. I'll just take this engine as well while I'm here. This is just a combustion engine. Don't think we'll need any water. I don't think it'll be running for too long, but I'll just take a couple of buckets of water as well. So I've just come down to this NPC village to demonstrate the power of the architect and the builder. And here we are. So, how many times have you gazed upon these beautiful NPC homes and just wished you could live in them, but you've never had the heart to evict the occupants? Well, dream no more, because I have the solution. All we have to do is copy this with the architect table, and I'll show you how we do that. So we'll just set this up. Now what we need to do is put down landmarks so that we completely surround the house. We're going to have to go up as well, so if we just build this little bit up here, it needs to go right to the top so we get all of it in. Yep, that should do it. And then we just need to put a landmark on the side of that, so we'll just put one there. And then we'll come down this way. We'll do the same in this corner. So we'll just put that one there, that'll be plenty. And then we'll build up another little stack here. Just use some cobble this time. So we'll go up here. Someone's going to be trying to line these up. Let's have a look. Get in the middle a bit more. Yeah, that looks right. So again, we'll put another one on the side like that. And then I'm going to have to go over here. Dig out a bit of this. I'm sure they won't mind. I'm sure they won't mind. Oh no, don't tell me. I'm basically going to have to punch it, aren't I? Come on. Okay, so I've gone too low. So that'll be plenty again. So we'll put another landmark there. And we'll just right click that one. Right click that one as well. And there you go. Just giving it a whole cube around it. So we'll just check that everything's inside that cube. So that looks pretty good to me. Obviously it's not going to copy this bit of the fence, but not too worried about that. So what we need to do now is just pop the architect table down in the corner. So all we need to do now is put a blueprint into this slot, but first we'll just put something in here. This is just literally where you write what it's going to be, so we'll just put in NPC house. Okay, and then you just pop your blueprint in, and you can see the little progress bar, so it's copying that structure now. Doesn't take too long at all. And there it is. It even says NPC house on it. So all we need to do now is just quickly pack this up, and then we'll go and set the builder up. So with all these bits you can just remove them with whatever you like. It's not going to damage them. So I've come back to my castle now, and I've flattened off a bit of an area, so we've got somewhere to build these things. So all we need to do is put the builder down, just like that, and put the combustion engine on the side, put a lever next to it, and then we just need to pop the blueprint in the top, and it will show us the area it's going to build it in. So plenty of space here, that's absolutely perfect. All we need to do is fire up the combustion engine. We are going to have to put all the building resources in here. It shows us exactly what we need. So what I'll do is I'll just gather that up, and I'll come back and we'll fire it up. So I've loaded this one up and it's all ready to go. So what I've done is put all of this in there. There's probably too much in here, but as long as there's enough to do this, it will complete the entire thing. I did notice as well it was asking for a landmark, so I had to put one in. I'm not too sure why that is. Perhaps one of the landmarks I put down wasn't needed, but soon we'll find out, I guess. I've had to put the bucket of water in, which is a bit of a nuisance because that'll end up just going down the hillside, but never mind. So we'll just stick some fuel in the combustion engine. So just click it in like that, you get your bucket back, and probably won't need it, but we'll put some water in it anyway. Okay, so let's fire it up. So just like with the quarry, this little chap comes out and starts placing blocks. Now you can get this to run much faster if you put more combustion engines around this. You can sort of pile them around it and it will go really quick, and the little laser he shoots will be green instead of red, which means he's going slow. So we'll have a bit of a time lapse here, I think. So there it is in all its glory, your very own NPC house. Look at it. Absolutely marvellous. So there you go, that's just a small example of what you can do with it. I mean, obviously this is probably not on many people's agenda to build an NPC house. I mean, you could copy the whole village if you wanted to. But of course there are other things that you could copy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the architect to take a copy of an entire layer of this dirt, and what we're going to do is turn that into a stone base, So I'll show you how we do that. Just need to set up some landmarks just as before, the area that we want to copy. So put one there, and then we'll put another one down here. That, and we'll link those two up. And we'll put another landmark. One over here. No, put it down a level. There we go. So that's all linked up. And then all we have to do is put our architect down. So just put some mud in here. Put that one down. And then we're not going to use the blueprint this time, because the blueprint takes an exact copy of everything brick by brick and puts that in. We're going to use a template which will just copy the blocks. So we put the template in, I'll just call it base. And again, doesn't take very long to copy this one at all. And there it is, our base template. So just pack this up again using diamond drill. Gather up the landmarks and I'll show you what happens. So I'm back by the NPC house that we built now, and we're going to build this stone base. So we'll just pop the builder down, just there. I'm not sure what the dimensions of this are going to be. We'll soon see. We'll pop the template in. That looks pretty good to me. That's not too bad at all. And we'll have to put an engine on it again. So I'll just put this dirt there. Engine, lever. We need to chuck a bit of fuel in this one. So fuel, and we'll put the water in as well. And then we'll load this one up with stone. Not sure how much it will need, but I've got plenty here, so nothing to worry about. And then we're all ready to fire it up. There he is again, and he's going to start placing those blocks for us. So as you can see, it's all finished now. There are a few bits that are a bit ropey, but never mind. That's just due to the fact that there's probably some little ditches over there where I copied the dirt. But that's fine. I mean, we can just fill these in, and then if you wanted a perfect copy, you could just even it out and then copy this base. So there are pretty much endless possibilities with the architect table and the builder. So we'll be exploring more of those as we go along. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!